Star Trek Prodigy is the show that we're watching. Let's see. Today we're doing Kobayashi Maru, which is
Great
just,
episode.
it's all references all the time. First Contact, which I don't remember. Time of Mug, I don't remember. I mean, I
Let's have a
probably
look at
remember,
the.
but I don't remember which story that episode title is tied to.
Hmm.
I probably remember what happens.
This is 20 of them per season, so they merge a bit.
And then a moral star where we go back to Tars Lamora. It should be good. Should be good. So anyway, how are you successfully resisting your urges?
Well, I've completed Act 2 as the Resist Urge, and now I'm back in Act 3 as the Embrace.
Okay. So you are a lot louder, but your microphone quality is also down a lot.
Weird. It sounds like Mike.
You sound like you're eating it a little bit.
Oh, let's try unplugging and replugging.
So yeah, Prodigy. So I previously made a video that was just showing, because they reuse a lot of dialogue from the old shows, so I just made one putting them one after the
Yes.
other. I really should have put them side by side and just played the audio at the same time, but I didn't do that. But if you want to see the specific episodes, what did I call that video? I don't know, probably something like all the references in Star Trek Prodigy. Let me search my video library. Ah, all the classic quotes from Prodigy's Kobayashi Maru. I also am pretty sure I successfully found the correct harumph from Odo. Pretty sure. I'm not totally sure.
There are lots of them.
It's close enough in any case. I've been doing my own Baldur's Gate playthrough. I'm doing achievement hunting now, just getting everything that I missed.
Yeah, what are you going for?
I am playing Dave the Human Fighter,
Of course you are.
which, yes, that is what he's called in game. So whenever he says, hello, Menthara, I am Dave the Human Fighter. I win with whatever the default appearance was. What do I have left to do? I got the... Let's see. I need to romance the squid.
That's
I
an
need to-
easy one.
Yep. I need to go on a date with Karlak. So I need to cheat on Karlak in Act 3, but then I'll reload.
It's a nice date. It's a very nice date.
Yeah. Which, it was a total ripoff. I was trying so hard in my first playthrough as a dwarf paladin to romance Karlak, and because I didn't pick one specific dialogue option in one scene, I was totally locked out of it. Ridiculous. But now I'm using a guide. I'm not missing it again. Everyone else, you can't get them to stop romancing you. So yeah, I need to fight the dragon in a certain way.
Yeah, you've got to kill it whilst it's in the air.
I need to earn some money from playing music for people.
Yep.
And apparently I did not save all the tieflings in previous playthroughs. I thought I did, but... Oh, I probably missed Roland in Act 2 in my first playthrough.
Yeah, rolling in Act 2 is easy to miss.
Alright, well, he's saved now. I have now saved everybody in Act 2. I'm done with that act, in terms of refugees.
Nice. I just got Rate Will's Con-tact and the Dirge achievements.
Ah. So you have kissed a squid.
Plus honor. Yes. I knew it was an achievement, so I just did it immediately.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. play. I do have the honor mode one. That one I'm done with.
I will do that one eventually.
And it was so close. At the end, I had literally, in the final fight, it was but the last character of the last turn. It was immune to every single damage type I had except one Ray of Frost, which fortunately did enough damage. I would have been so mad. Actually, I probably would have just cut the power to my PC and tried again. I'm not doing the whole thing again in honor mode for that. To lose on the final fight.
Yeah, I'm playing it in my resist dirge is in custom honor mode, so I'm getting the experience of it before I actually do it.
Yeah, the honor rule set's really good. It's just
it's actually really fun. Yeah.
Anyway, the episode's eventually gonna start.
Yep.
Come on, Prodigy, speed it up. It is at least a shorter intro.
Aaron J. Walkie. Must I? He tweets a fair bit.
Come on. There we go. Okay, episode start. 1 minute, 40 seconds in. Oh, right. That was the first time we activated the proto drive last episode.
Yes.
We don't do previously on in this show.
Yeah. Apart from once, I think.
I was trying to read the controls. It cut away too quickly. I saw controls for the Bussard collectors, at least. It's a pretty good raid. Would have been nice for the original Voyager, for sure.
Yeah.
No.
There's the sting.
Oh, thank God they cut away. I do not... Okay. That episode was really uncomfortable with the faces and sounds that people were making when they played. I'm really glad they didn't make the child do that. That would have been very uncomfortable.
I do love how Dao is completely accidentally right throughout this first arc.
I mean, that defines his whole character, right? Accidentally right.
True.
Yeah, what kind of messed up people would turn away refugees? I don't know, blowing something up probably. Wait, what? Did they?
He's in the...
They left him behind? Or is
No,
that
he's
the
in
holodeck?
the holodeck, yeah.
You could ask the computer, maybe? I guess they don't know that.
Yeah.
Hello, computer. Whoa, Soma is inside of my brain.
Yeah, you see? It's not just me.
So he last time he was really quiet and I had him turned up to 200%. Something has changed. He's really loud now. And so he's super loud. Yeah, his fan, I think, is... Let me put on some filtering there.
You can just...
It's
turn it
possible
down.
it's picking some other stuff up.
So it's picking up your fan, your computer fan, I think.
I I don't
But
hear
I
the
think you shoot
fan.
NVIDIA broadcast.
I don't hear the fan at all.
Yep. He's like, it's totally a fan. He's just a hot miking, like, with a fan.
I mean, I can see the indicators constantly active, but I don't hear it.
What are you using for noise
I don't know what's
canceling?
going on with that.
You've switched to the microphone inside of your computer.
No, this is the proper microphone.
So is the holodeck
It's,
a technology that we should just not invent? This feels
No, we should absolutely invent it. 100%.
I feel like this would be extremely easy to get addicted to, and you're just going to ruin society.
yeah. I turned on Discord noise suppression, so hopefully it would do that.
It still sounds like you've got the microphone really close to your face, but I don't know what the heck that's doing.
Yeah, it is close to my face, so that's how it makes it
Move it
louder.
away a little bit.
Move it slightly away, but then it gets quieter.
I assure you, you're more than loud enough for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Not quite figured out then.
I hear you in my memories.
No doubt, you fool!
So this holodeck is reminiscent of the Voyager holodeck.
A Voyager reference in my Star Trek Prodigy?
No, I'm just saying it's reminiscent. Like the wall design has that like more
Yeah.
intricate. Next Generation, it was just yellow tape on a black wall, right?
Yeah.
And then Deep Space Nine, it got a little more, detailed. And then Voyager had this, like,
Okay, so Murph's dead, right?
tetrahedron.
He just ate grenades.
Yeah, you don't know.
Now he can
this
spit
point.
grenades at people.
I have never met a child, teenager. I don't know how old she is. I've never met a young person who is this open and aware of their feelings and where they're coming from. What trickery is this?
Oh man.
To be fair, I've never met an adult like that either. Not all of them. It can't translate Murph.
Yes.
And it probably can't translate cat? No, it probably can because Dr. Tana. Her whole language thing never really comes up again, though. I don't think they even mention it. Oh, it's a flashback. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, this is frustrating. So if I turn on NVIDIA Broadcast, it also filters the stream, not just Soma.
Mm.
Ugh, why can't they route the stream audio to a different device? All right. Well, it seems like you fixed whatever was getting the fan noise.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know what's going on with it.
So is this mitosis?
He creates a girl from his DNA.
Yeah.
So he just copies himself, except he makes them female.
So she's a little bit like Omega.
Was that intentional, or was that because it was an artificial womb?
Well,
Don't know. It's never really explained that bit.
Because according to Jurassic Park, that all embryos are female until they're given a certain hormone, and then they turn to male. But I think that's apocryphal. But
well,
Jurassic Park
in
logic.
humans, the egg can only have X chromosomes because women don't have Y chromosomes to put in the eggs.
Right. Well,
Also, speaking of audio quality, yeah, the audio quality is going to shift dramatically. Not just
what if
for different
you
characters, but
have
the same
XXY
character.
chromosomes, and then you have both
I don't know how to.
parts?
I don't know.
Who's in the Uhura is at the. I forget the name of that station.
These audio lines need to be cleaned up a little more.
Yeah, I don't know the name of the station, but they're talking about the one from Balance of Terror with the Romulan cloaking device.
Yep.
Except, okay, Gates has good audio quality because she's actually recording.
Right. Everybody else is dead.
Yeah, everybody else on this ship is dead. Oh no.
The ship of ghosts.
It is interesting they didn't get either of the other Uhura actors to do Uhura, or Spot for that matter.
This music is from like
I
Star
guess-
Trek 2009. There was some musical like chords in there that was from 2009. I liked it.
Yeah, they totally could have brought on Zoe Zeldana.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many can I identify? So, as of right now, I'm resigning my commission. That's the one where Kira, who's actually a shapeshifter, is pretending to be stuck in a rock in the episode Heart of Stone. 2 Klingon ships closing after us. That's a splice of 2 lines. I believe it's 2 Cardassian ships. And then they spliced in the word Klingon.
Hmm.
No, it's Dominion. 2 Dominion ships. I don't know what episode, though.
It could have been Klingon. They did fight the Klingons.
It wasn't Klingon because I already went through and made a video where I found all the individual lines. And the line around that is different. You can probably win the Kobayashi Maru. I believe in you, Dal. It seems like a very winnable scenario.
He just wants to be captain because he thinks he should be,
Yes.
which is the best quality to have in a captain. It's been scientifically proven.
What isn't it the opposite? People who want power shouldn't have it?
That's the joke.
Oh.
Yes.
Must be another one of those symptoms. I'll put the link to that video in the chat.
Yep.
If you want to see what the actual lines are.
https://www.youtube.com/watch question mark v
chatbot.
equals sign hhj9 shwaya by.
That's okay.
Quite literally for a friend.
You failed. Failure, Dal.
Of course, it's 42.
No. Wouldn't it be 47?
Yes. But literally leapfrog.
Now this I attributed to Nero
Yes.
from Star Trek 2009. Oh, that line from Odo is from when he sort of does like a corporeal flashback to when he was the overseer of Terok Nor. When he murdered those 3 innocent people. Oh, Hura there was talking about some ambassador.
Yep.
Spock was talking to a Romulan captain trying to deceive her into thinking Kirk had gone rogue. The game is correct, Dal, just in case you were wondering. Yeah, training, mostly. That's a big one. This is the Academy exit exam. It's
Yeah. And it's also meant to make you annoyed.
that's from the TNG episode with Scotty, where he's talking to Picard in sickbay.
Yep.
Okay, so apparently Murph is indestructible.
Yeah.
Whole case
Basically.
of grenades.
I mean, yeah, swallowing a star is on the level of indestructible.
And that's why he's a security officer.
But you know one thing? He's not infinitely stretchable.
Okay.
The elasticity has an upper limit. So I don't know how to. Discovery really is the best show if you count just one season and how much emotions and how much story you get out of the plot. Sorry, I don't mean Discovery. What is this? Prodigy.
Don't you put that
Prodigy,
hate
yeah.
on TNG season 4.
No. Maybe I have to rewatch season 4 of TNG. But between Rock Talk, I have never laughed so much in a Star Trek show, or any show really. And
Jelly man, did the
it reminds
computer
me of
tell you he's a shapeshifter? How do you know he's made of jelly?
he looks a little bit gelatinous.
He has the fruit things.
But I remember this Maya Angelou quote. People will not remember.
Wait, rock and roll music?
No, I think
Yeah.
that's classical.
Yeah.
By the way he beats his Kobayashi Maru is amazing. And
That's when he's on the Janolan and they're trying to keep the shields up. Odo's quote was
had-
from talking to Dax about romances and he doesn't see the point. Or he specifically doesn't see the point in Dax telling him a story.
but so I was saying
Star
before.
Trek 2.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
This is
Of
going
course,
really
you would
fast.
know. You would know each of the references, like you're a producer of the show, Ryan, because you do so many outtakes and intakes and stuff.
That line's from when they're trying to first find the cloaked Romulan ship
Yep.
from the neutral zone.
Ryan's just going to drop references for the rest of the simulation, but that's okay. It wouldn't be
Rapidly
a
closing on
Star
this
Trek stream.
That line was from The Trouble with Tribbles.
Yeah, they had a few of those lines.
I don't know which one that one's from. That could be anything.
TOS.
It was definitely TOS, yeah. You can also tell really easily when they're using the Star Trek 2009 quotes because Spock suddenly loses his ability to pronounce the letter S.
SH, right.
Sounds very much older.
Live long and prosper.
I mean, I'm seeing Patrick Stewart doing ads for humanitarian appeals, and
I don't know.
his voice is more hoarse than a country folk singer at his last concert at Madison Square Garden.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Tell you the way that you are, you fool.
Okay.
Reload it. Reload a save. Reload a save.
By the way, him beaming over is what's that episode? Code of Honor, where no, not Code of Honor,
Oh,
but where
God.
Riker.
What about Code of Honor?
No. Riker is first officer aboard a
vaccine.
Klingon ship. Riker's aboard a Klingon ship as first officer as an
Yeah.
exchange program, and that's what
I
he
think
basically
this line is the one from
Mhm.
where Kirk is split into his good and
2009.
evil half.
Yes, it's split into two. Yeah.
A matter of honor.
Thank you.
I can see how you could get that mixed up.
Thank you.
They're
Rebel. And
completely
it's also,
interchangeable titles.
and they're both season 1 also, right? So that's why the characters are so new.
Is it season 1 or season 2?
Okay, maybe it's
Code of Honor is season 1, A Matter of Honor is season 2, I believe.
Oh, great.
Yeah, because at that point, Worf is actually a cast member and not just a dude on the set.
True.
Oh, TNG Spock.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is
That's Unification Part 1.
Yeah.
sounds much older.
Yeah.
That was old 2009 Spock. Live long and prosper.
You are as stubborn as another Enterprise captain I once knew.
Captain Archer from that other holodeck simulation.
So this is a lot
Well,
like
he
when-
almost beat it. He just screwed up
did,
by putting
he
his
did.
foot on the console.
He did beat it. He really did. He's Kirk.
Klingon
He's
ships
Kirk
don't have the
material
same
over there.
protection that the Enterprise does. For
No.
sitting on consoles.
Inadvertently pressing buttons.
Ship apparently.
That was completely unintelligible. I have no idea what you just said.
Protection from beaming on the ship apparently doesn't have it.
Their shields were down, I guess.
You need
Yeah.
a wind filter or like a pop filter, they call it. Because like
I don't know what he needs, but
I don't know what's going on. I generally don't. It changes all the time.
okay, that was a little better.
I think what's going on is JavaScript.
You just sound like you have the worst cold ever on top of being in a wind-driven Antarctic landscape.
Oh, hey, Robert.
You know, okay, the other thing, Kate Mulgrew brings it to this show.
Yes.
Because she even has to do Doll's voice, which is like a little kid panicking, and she nails it. I can't believe that they had the character like that.
Kate doesn't even sound that much older.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
She just sounds like Captain Janeway.
And I love the story of like her dad on the farm when Phoebe spills the paint. But it's very like, you know, a Little House on the Prairie. You know, like you would have a
Who's
sister named
Phoebe?
Heidi. That's her sister, Heidi. You know, like
Janeway has a sister?
whatever. She tells a sister to her hologram counterpart. She tells a story just to verify that it's the real Admiral Janeway, even though she's in Doll's body.
I have no memory of this. Okay.
The sound
You have
is
a
back.
low hum. Yeah, you have a low hum also going on.
I don't know if there's some version.
Ryan said he couldn't hear it. Ryan said he
Sounds
couldn't
totally
hear
fine
it,
to
but
me. All right.
but,
it sounds
it's
like you're in the
definitely-
engine
it's
room
definitely-
of TNG.
3, 2, 1, play.
I mean, if you want to play the TNG engine room all day, that's your right. I'm not.
That engine
I
ambience
don't know
was
what's
playing
going
to
on.
Discord.
I don't know.
Do you have the Protostars NCC number memorized, Ryan?
I'll have you know it doesn't have
Is
an
it an
NCC
NX?
number. Yeah, it's an NX.
Yeah, it should be
class
NX.
Starship. Well, not an NX class. It's an NX registry starship. But no, I
'Cause,
don't.
you know-
I do not have it memorized. The
I
only
was-
one I have memorized is the Enterprise. I don't know the Defiant or Voyager.
So I was fine with 4 digits. but
Isn't the
once-
Defiant? So the Defiant in TOS wasn't it 1700?
No, I. You know that's not the
We're
defiant
talking
I'm referring
about
to.
we're talking about the Sao Paulo design. Okay?
NCC.
Yes, the
Let's see.
USS
Seven.
the USS Enterprise, the HMS Enterprise.
The the
Okay. While you
the Voyager was
seven, five,
75465 or 75.
843.
I don't know. Whatever. No one cares.
Hey. You can speak for yourself. Those registry codes are important to me.
74,656.
Thank you, Chad.
74656.
That's what I said. 74565.
No, 656. The comments say.
656. Whatever.
Oh, wait. So we don't know what species
Close
doll
enough.
is, but we don't care what species Murph is. And you guys
Well,
were
Murph can't
correct-
talk, as far as we
You were
know.
tell-
So we
True,
don't
true.
care about Murph.
74656.
You guys were saying I was wrong to say Murph is a pet, but at this point Murph is coded as a pet because he's sliding down the windshield right now.
So the first defiant was NX 74205.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about the Defiant class? Okay, yeah.
Which makes it was built before Voyager, which I guess okay,
Yeah, Cisco
Registry
was
numbers don't
the
mean anything.
but not much before Voyager.
does.
And then
it's a but remember it was on Utopia Planatia and they only rolled it out to deal with the Dominion threat. Cisco was the designer.
so then the Sao Paulo was NCC 75633. So I'm not sure if the registry. Okay, so they did change the registry
Yes.
to the NX number when they changed the name from Sao Paulo to Defiant.
Oh, they changed it back to the Defiance?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Which doesn't really make much practical sense, but it's the show.
So Sao Paulo is the most populous city in Brazil,
Oh, I didn't know that.
as well as the capital of the state of Sao Paulo.
How's their flooring industry? I heard they make pretty bad carpets.
Why? They didn't like the carpet on the Sao Paulo?
Yeah.
I didn't like the Defiant recolor. I didn't like the NX01 recolor. I didn't like the Delta Flyer
You just don't
recolor.
like things that
I think that-
change.
No, it's not. The Delta Flyer, it was garishly orange, the recolor. The Enterprise was just a
Oh, yeah,
bright
this seems
blue
Yeah.
from a nice medium flat gray to this bright blue for no apparent reason. And then the Defiant bridge is also just, they change colors just to change them, and it's like, why would you ever do that? It doesn't make any sense.
A Ferengi. How did you get out here? You can't eat it. All right.
He's gonna try and sell them.
Yeah,
Is that bread or is that a sausage?
it's bread. It's a
100%
loaf.
will sell them. He sold them in the first place, didn't he?
Right. So Maya Angelou said,
They changed the color scheme of the Ferengi Marauder. How do you feel about this color scheme?
you know, the thing is,
What? I didn't see it.
it's more orangey,
It's like salmon.
pinky, yeah, pink orange.
I'll
thing is,
check the rest later.
I like that they made all the ships chunky and they made all the colors a little bit more kids palette, like pastels. Because
If I can go back to carpet for a second, and when I was doing the last intake, which was from TNG season 2, I realized that in season 2, the carpets on the bridge of Enterprise D were much more shag than later. They they mowed the carpet later on.
Yeah,
To make it more flat.
Yeah. So less shag because they shaved it down. But so Maya Angelou said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel." So between like Rock Talk and Janeway and all the other characters, and even like Gwendolyn's relationship with her father, who I feel like these characters are so lovable and memorable. They made us feel so much. And even though it's like just a kids show, I feel like even as a like old person, basically at
It's a
nearly
kid
40,
show, but it has a message that
it has amazing
and
messages.
character development, and you can appreciate
And
it as an adult.
yes, and they
Is this a
synthesize.
is this a
Go ahead.
is this a male Ferengi or a
No,
female
no.
Ferengi?
Female.
That's his surrogate mom.
Wearing clothing.
Yeah. Well, we're very progressive now. Ever since Moogie became Grand Nagus.
After Mugi.
Yeah.
Grand
Wow.
Nagus?
Yeah, Rom became Grand Nagus, but Moogie was the one who inspired the reforms for.
Moogie was
Grand-
acting Grand Nagus for a few
Yes.
years there.
Yeah, she did. She liberalized the economy a little bit.
Like Nancy Reagan was running the country,
So-
while Ronald Reagan was deep in the throes of dementia.
So one other thing I really love about Prodigy's plotline season 1 is that they take a lot of the best of Star Trek's plots, and then they bring it up. Like, so I feel like Gwendolyn and her father are almost like the Krenim from Year of Hell. Like, they're just on this, like, why are we bad? Because we are just baddies. And we'd love to destroy timelines.
Are we bad? Are we the baddies?
We
They
are.
can't
the
be bad.
baddies.
Chakotay immediately
I
got on board
remember
with them.
this,
They have to
yeah.
be the good guys.
And then, I don't know. There used to be a show called Annie Get Your Gun. Or yeah. So same time as the Lone Ranger. So being on a Western, like, frontier, Star Trek does harken back to that. So Kate Mulgrew is an actress. I remember reading, like, I watched her as an actor, and she said she wanted to be an actress, and her mother said, go get a dictionary and look up the word discipline. And the word discipline means rules that you apply to yourself. So she goes, if you want to be an actor, you have to have discipline. So you see the character of Janeway, it's not just that Nebraska farm girl, but Kate Mulgrew herself embodies a lot of that. Annie, get your gun.
And then she did a documentary about how Earth is the center of the universe and also flat.
Money
That
must have
doesn't
been
strike me
tight.
as accurate. She what?
No, she did. She did. Kate Mulgrew voiced a documentary about the Earth being flat, and then I guess she claimed to not know what she was recording. She did a voiceover for this documentary, and then she's
She
like,
thought
"I
she was
didn't
doing
know
a
what
science
it
show.
was. I didn't know what it was." Yeah.
But flat earthers and creationists are very deceptive when it comes to doing interviews with people. So
I think they're decepting themselves.
yeah, but I mean, they got Lawrence Krauss supposedly to admit that, like, the geocentric model is just as valid as the heliocentric model, and he didn't say that, but they made it sound like he said it.
Okay, so hang on. That's doing her a little dirty. So she voiced a trailer for a Flat Earth documentary where the trailer doesn't actually say anything
Oh.
about Flat Earth. It just says things like, our conception of the universe is more than we know.
Mm. See, they're like very deceptive. They
Yeah.
wouldn't tell her that. They did an interview of Richard Dawkins, and they made it sound like, because he believed in maybe aliens seeded our planet, they made it sound like he believed in like a non biological origin of life or something. And like, we just want to talk to you about science. We're not going to tell you that we're a creationist outfit.
Aliens did seed our planet. They're called the progenitors. There was a whole two-parter
I mean,
on it. I don't know if you remember.
The theory is called panspermia. You just seed the whole galaxy.
I believe it's now a 12-parter.
Okay.
Maybe
Also
we
the
should
Una
just beam out. Maybe we should leave.
Chin Riley problem of having an augment in Starfleet comes up here. Like, and we have to morally face the fact that same as Dr. Bashir, like if you didn't choose to be genetically augmented and you're being denied entry into Starfleet, is that really is that just? Probably not.
I appreciate
What?
the
How did
name
I?
Murder Planet. Straight to the
Yeah.
point. Torpedoes?
Okay, so somehow,
Beam out, leave.
somehow I got no credit for capturing the point. I got no credit for critting. This is weird.
Oh, this is so nice. Like, okay, so the real science in this show too, like, even nature being a delicate balance or harmonics being a delicate balance, when they steal one of those stones, it messes up the
Yeah.
whole harmonic resonance and beauty. And later, right, when the simian world is destroyed, the world that Gwendala comes from and her father, our diviner, they say they have a 1 in 100 chance of finding the protostar, so they send out 100 ships to look for it to
Yeah.
even out the odds. I'm like, even a kid could figure out, like, hey, look, if you want to even out the odds, that's how math works. I really like this show. I feel like, instead of like banning books from libraries, you can just encourage good educational content.
Doesn't seem like that warning went anywhere, Captain.
Hmm.
What happened there, Chakotay? Frame 245. What? This isn't my Star Trek. Star Trek says time index 437.9.
I'm gonna open up a street food vendor, and it's going to be a street corn sold by someone pretending to be Native American, and I'm gonna call it Chakotay's Elote.
That's a big stretch of a reference.
Mm, is it though?
Jimmy Crack Corn, I don't care.
As for back to Murder Planet, I still think we should just leave.
Oh, they absolutely should. Yes.
You don't like Chakotay's Elote?
I love the species though. If you like steal their harmonic rock crystal, they just like shrivel up and die. Like evolution
How does
didn't make you
how does
really...
such a species evolve? How do these guys work?
Very well, thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Listen, if they didn't want to die, they shouldn't have made their life crystals so tempting and shiny.
Boy.
They're practically
probably fine,
begging
they're
to
just-
be plundered.
Yeah. I mean, we're basically pyramid robbers at this point.
Did you see the
energy creatures?
And by the way, they're utterly non-violent, so they won't even stop you from stealing their crystal. They just like look at you with their ethereal gaze. But you know what I'm kind of reminded of?
Correct, Ash. Yep.
Pythagoras was like the first person we know today. He's the one who kind of figured out like, music is like a scale kind of thing. Well,
Isn't
like when you blow into
Pythagoras the one where, like, he got ran out of town by an angry mob because they didn't like his math formulas?
yeah. He had to go set up his own outfit
And
on
they
an island
torch
or
and
something.
pitchfork Pythagoras.
A little. He had a cult going, but the only thing was that the cult was around math, so they were doubly more persecutive because
Bible doesn't say nothing about a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
So
sorry,
yeah.
but once you have like the laws of music have kind of figured out, like, okay, when you blow into cylinders that have different levels of water in them, then you can like scale up the sound on different octaves. And so once you have that figured out, there's like an order in the universe that you didn't see before, and that's why it's like
Well,
math is
yes and
spiritual.
no. It's based on our understanding of things. It does change. There's not a decided point of it. For example, each of our notes are just set frequencies. It could be any frequency. It's what we decided our frequencies are.
True.
It's the power of math.
True. Like even our musical scale, it's adjusted because everything's not an equal octave apart. Like
Yeah.
otherwise we would use the 247 hertz and all that.
Zero,
But
think of the prophets.
harmonic resonance is a huge problem because if all the scales on a piano key were equal, the notes would clash against each other.
Mm.
So we have to adjust the major and minor keys. And every culture has a different solution. So this is something that they could have done better. I know it's a kid show, but you can't just put the rocks back anywhere you found them. They
Sure
they
you
need to
can.
be in the same. They need to be in the same harmonic resonance place that they were.
All that matters is that there's crystals on those vines.
Membrane.
Yeah.
It's a little bit Aladdin in here. You don't touch the treasure.
Very, very Aladdin. The walls are very narrow. And you have the evil thief, Gazim.
Nazim?
Gazim is the guy who was originally eaten by the Cave of Wonders that Jafar recruits.
Zim, light.
Is that you have to find the diamond in the rough.
It's been
Not a
like
petty
20
thief.
years since I watched that movie, but wasn't he like forced into it at gunpoint?
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
The Gazim,
Nazim.
the first dupe who has to go inside the Cave of Wonders, and he's eaten.
Oh, in Aladdin?
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay, so big
Wait,
reveal
now,
here.
This Ferengi who just stole a crystal is a bad guy?
Yes, she gave him up instead of lost him. So I like the use of the Ferengi here because the Ferengi were supposed to be the great villains of TNG. This
Yeah, but it didn't
person's are
work.
really bad. Yeah, it didn't work. They were more comic relief than villains.
Remember Armin Shimmerman dancing in The Last Outpost?
Every time there was lightning, they'd be screeching at their ears. And they were short too, so they were very hard. Like they were all jumping on Worf at the same time.
Oh, see, there's the color. Now it's all salmon as opposed to the rusty orange from TNG.
You guys nitpick everything.
All right, Dal, you gotta solve this pretty quick. We only got a couple minutes.
So in the tradition of every great Starfleet captain, you have to have destroyed at least one planet or its ecosystem. So, good job. Like, we don't shed any tears for the ecosystem that we just destroyed. We just move on to the next mission.
Listen,
my god, how did you not notice
What
the
did-
com badge?
What do those primitives ever do for us?
They weren't even primitive. They were extremely advanced life forms that had millions of years more evolution than you.
Okay, then why don't they have starships?
Because they're
They just sit
just
in their cave and listen to rock music.
they're hippies. I bring you love. Oh, by the way, Ryan, I wanted to correct you. I think you listed the name of the episode as Kobayashi Maru. It's just Kobayashi.
Okay.
So, be right back.
Janeway, are you mad and or disappointed?
And
She's a Ferengi. That's their culture. Okay, it used to be their culture. I guess she's an old school Ferengi.
yeah. Do quite like the seats on this bridge.
They're very wide. Ooh, that sounds like an opportunity of profit to me. So, this Ferengi kept up with the norms. Also, next episode is Time Amok. This Ferengi kept up with the norms enough to be a female wearing clothing, but not to get rid of the evil capitalism. She's just
I was only taking what's beneficial to her.
like a true Ferengi. The Ferengi rules of acquisition, they do come in handy sometimes. I'm a particular fan of rule of acquisition 190. Hear all, trust nothing.
Hmm.
What else do we have? War is good, peace is good for business. Can't free a fish from water. Other ones. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. So how about that weather? Still raining?
No, it's just been cold.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cold in the UK at the moment.
Things are pretty warm in California right now.
Yeah. Nami Melumat as well.
Now what as well?
The theme's by Michael Giacchino and the music is by Nami.
Ah. Oh, here's a personal story. So it's not really a story. It's more of like 2 sentences. But apparently, my hair is starting to rapidly accelerate its graying.
Hmm.
Getting a lot on
Really?
on the sides.
Interesting. And you're not even 30 yet, right?
I am not. I'm almost 30. I'm very nearly 30.
Are you 29?
Yes.
Congratulations. I have very little gray hair, knock on wood.
How old are you? Like 45?
No. Not quite.
34.
No, no. Are you just gonna keep guessing numbers until you get it right?
I vaguely remember you being older than me, but I don't remember your age.
I am older than you. Yes.
Are you Gray?
Mm.
The dude-
Am I gray? I have some gray hairs in my beard, probably a couple gray hairs on my head, but mostly black.
Okay.
I used to pull the gray hairs out of my beard, and then it was just like,
Ow.
uh, I don't know. Once it was more than like 10, it was just pointless.
Why? 0, come on. You're supposed to be the smart one. Can't figure this out.
0 is supposed to be the smart one.
Well, she's supposed to be the adult in the room, and I feel like she should be smarter. Or they should.
The plasma anomaly, plasma entity.
Oh my god, you can't just call someone an anomaly.
Sorry. We're all anomalies. Biological anomalies, plasma anomalies. Do you think if somebody actually like built a planet and then they came back and we had evolved, we were on it, they'd be like, oh no.
Ew.
It's like when
It's
it's like you
molding.
leave leftovers out, it's a mold. Yeah. Weird biological anomaly.
You really start to understand the Protoss and their desire to purify.
The Protoss.
That's like their whole thing, at least in StarCraft 1. They just go around burning planets. I mean, hopefully Janeway figured that out already. It wasn't subtle. Janeway, they didn't even know about the Prime Directive. Starfleet people never shut up about the Prime Directive.
True.
Picard took an arrow to the knee for the Prime Directive, or shoulder. Oh, is this? Are they talking to the Ferengi?
It's totally the Ferengi.
Ferengi, they're so dirty. When does she get paid?
Off screen.
There are other ways to make our presence known.
This fully armed and operational slave colony.
Yeah, this guy's just Palpatine from Rise of Skywalker, I guess. He just made a girl clone to transfer his consciousness to.
A tachyon storm. Yeah, this is probably fine. Wait, why are we flying into this again? Why can't we go around? I guess that wouldn't be dramatic enough. Oh, this is the time stop episode.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah. With it each flowing at different rates.
So, if you're gonna have a ship that was sentient, right?
Sure.
Oh, that's unfortunate. If you're gonna have a ship that was sentient, would you rather it be like Gum 2 Or would you rather it be like the protostar? Or would you, let's see, what other instances of self-aware ships are there? The TARDIS, I guess, is self-aware.
Zora.
Zora, yeah.
Cylons.
Cylons? Are they though?
Aren't the little raiders like the ship is itself the sentient robot?
Yeah. Yes. Well, in the 2003
The only one I've
Battlestar.
seen.
Yeah. But then Kara Thrace like cut its brain out in the one episode and flew it manually. So how did that work?
Well, I mean, you could remove a brain from a human body. There's
Yeah.
precedent.
But then how do you stimulate the nerves to make the body work?
Directly.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's a bit of a stretch that she climbed inside and plugged the hole with her spacesuit. When the Ferengi murdered Kevon.
Yeah, and then they put the
The magnificent
Ferengi.
That was such a great episode.
That's exactly
Maybe sometime in the future, the Ferengi can take its rightful place in the Dominion. I really hate Ferengi. The last thing he said when he gets shot.
Poor guy. Poor Iggy.
It was like, what was it? She's telling him about like the face cream, and he's like, "That's very fascinating, but I'm afraid that if your son doesn't get here with the prisoner soon, I'm going to have to kill you."
But Iggy, you're going to lose out on a diversified investment portfolio.
Yeah. Oh no.
So this episode is just building off of, wait, was it the cold open or was it? It was the cold open, which was her being typecast as a security officer because she's big.
Yes.
It's like no.
Is this the one where she spends like 1,000 years getting really smart?
Yeah. Don't worry, she's got this. How does the computer work if different parts of the ship are at different time rates?
How does Janeway not control the computer? How is the computer a separate entity from Janeway?
I think Janeway is like Discord. She's just one program. She doesn't have permissions to access the system settings. I wonder how long Rock can live. Because, like, if a human was stuck in her time, everyone else would come out of it to just a skeleton.
Well, she's made out of rock. Is she one of the rock people Kirk was supposed to fight in Final Frontier? In Final Frontier, there was supposed to be a fight on the planet with... They filmed part of it, but they couldn't finish it. Kirk was going to fight some rock people that the god of Shakari created, animated, however you want to put it.
They look a
My
little
only regret
similar.
is that I have but one life to give for my country.
Oh, God.
Yes, about that.
Is it a baby? A baby what?
Is that a Nintendo DS? Nope, it's what? Nothing on screen's even changing. What is this game? Okay, so she has access to the entertainment systems.
Yep.
Wait, that means he's streaming the game from the ship's computer. It's not running local to the pad.
Yeah.
You have regular replicators, individual parts. Was that the one that blew up?
There's the one that had the issue of they had to fit a square peg in a round hole.
So Apollo 1 burned on the launch pad and everybody died. Apollo 13, they were stirring one of the liquid oxygen tanks and it exploded on the command module, service module. And so they had to use the CO2 scrubbers from the lunar module, but they were made by a different company and they were a different shape. But there was a whole bunch of stuff, not just that. That was just one aspect of that whole thing. But they had to use the lunar module's like escape rocket or descent rocket or something. They had to use it to point them back to Earth, basically, because they couldn't use the command module systems at all.
So it looks like they circled the moon, but they weren't able to land because of everything.
Right.
And that's gotta suck.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
on,
And then there
here.
was I think Apollo 12 or Apollo 14 was struck by lightning, and they had to. Luckily, someone on the ground had run a bunch of stuff in the simulator, and he had run into a similar issue, and he switched to auxiliary, and he told them to do it, and it worked. There's like a t-shirt that says "Stay calm and switch."
Apollo 14 was run on Minecraft. I'm looking at the NASA page for it, and it says
Apollo 12.
No. Apollo 14.
Apollo 12 was struck by lightning. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. On May 5th, 1961, in the Freedom 7 spacecraft, he was launched by a Redstone vehicle on a ballistic trajectory. Apollo 14 was Minecraft. Wow.
So SCE to auxiliary.
Oh my God,
so switching
no
SCE to auxiliary.
No controls on the vehicle replicator. It is an unsecured printer. It will print whatever you send to it.
Oh no, he already has control of the ship. He installed programs into the ship so that he can control it.
Oh, and he has his season 2 color scheme because he's brand new. He wasn't painted.
Yep.
Chakotay is Elote. Is this the episode where the guy replicates a robot here? Yeah.
That's literally what just happened, yes.
Interesting. That would be a cool way to attack a ship. It's too bad they did it in this and not in actual Star Trek. Remember when in Deep Space Nine they replicated that phaser?
I'm not letting
phaser.
you get away with that sentence. This is actual Star Trek.
I meant main live action, and this is good start. This is better than some of the other stuff that they've made recently, for sure. I'm just saying, you know, that would be a cool plot for like a, you know.
Yes, kill his child.
Wow.
I mean, he's.
So how did
in
he
terms
transmit
of-
his consciousness?
He's a computer man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
He's copied.
So he's doing.
Is he?
He's Damar. He identified that the daughter needs to be destroyed for their evil plan to work.
Yeah.
And like Damar, nobody listens to him until it's far too late.
What's all this debris that she's venting out? Are these all parts of the ship that they need?
Yeah, vented the trash room. Oh my god, Wing, close the door.
Close the door.
The door is the most powerful weapon you have in space. You need to use it.
Yep.
He got blown out.
Thank
That
you,
sucked.
Data. Wait, look at this diagram. There are 2 extra planets on the diagram of planets. There was Pluto and then something else after Pluto.
Hmm.
I didn't recognize that body. It might have been Ceres. I don't know what
Planet
Ceres
10.
looks like. Enough time to wait for a hypothetical response, though, for your pre-recorded message. Gonna have to build it by hand. I don't think Rock can build stuff by hand, though. I think her hands are just too big. You can't use tools like that. Don't
Star
worry,
Trek
Rock, you
theme.
got time.
Ba, ba. It only took me
Okay.
30 years.
Can't you? Holograms can be
She's a
core-colored.
hologram. Yeah.
Doctor gets core
Not this chain way.
Then we're all dead, Rock. That's what happens. Standard power connector. Not a fancy sci-fi power connector. Just a 3-prong. See, it all worked out. Just need to have some got-down faith.
Of the heart?
Yes.
Faith to believe.
I hate to break it to you, Rock, but a higher job title doesn't come with extra pay in the Federation.
True.
So what you're saying is I can do nothing and live comfortably forever, or I can work my ass off and live exactly the same way?
Not in so many words.
I'm just saying.
What are you saying? That she should have just let the ship explode and just hung out?
No. In the Federation.
Oh.
You said
terms
more
of
job
jobs.
responsibility doesn't come with more pay. Yeah. I'm just saying.
People like to work. It's just the amount is a little extreme.
Yes. The children crave the mines. Yeah, I've heard this argument.
What would you do with your time if you didn't have to work a single hour?
If I was independently wealthy and I didn't have to work, I would probably exercise more, travel the world, pursue my hobbies.
Also, next is a moral star part 1. Are your hobbies
And if I was so
productive?
wealthy, depends on your definition of productive.
It's just, I feel like people would get bored without a driving task.
Without suffering, yes.
Not without suffering. Work doesn't have to be suffering.
Yeah.
Just because
But it
work is
usually
suffering
is.
right now doesn't mean it needs to be. That just means our system of work is busted. People like to feel useful.
Speak for yourself.
So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. What's really fun about our system of work is that we've automated so much that on a per person basis, we're doing like 20 times what we were a couple decades ago. But
Yeah.
we don't see any benefit from that whatsoever, only the people at the top.
Yep.
That's right.
Thanks, America. Also probably Britain.
Largely Britons keep that off.
Oh, did you see, speaking of unregulated capitalism, did you see that in Wyoming, it's now illegal to try to reduce carbon emissions?
Jeez.
We are
Why?
so screwed.
Unbelievable.
Because they're the worst, that's why.
America's literally on fire because of them.
If you go read the legislation, it's all of it is just, but it's what plants crave, therefore we need more of it. It's literally just plants love carbon dioxide, therefore we should not try to limit it. That's the legislation.
Oh my word. Ooh, lovely shot.
I really like that Star Trek trope about the ship being fractured into different time periods. It only comes up a few times, but it's always really fun when it does. Notably on Voyager. But also on Discovery. Rock, smash it! I know you're not the security officer, but you're heavy. Just step on it. It's a manipulation is what it is, Gwyn. Could you be a little more specific? Because the way you say release, I feel like you're just going to vent them into space.
Yeah.
There you go, Gwyn. A little late, but we got there in the end. Maybe he could just gently encourage them. Oh, he could reverse psychology them into fleeing to the Federation. Like, to the thieves who stole it, don't you dare return to the Federation. I'll be very upset if you do that. And then they'll destroy it for him.
Ugh.
Jump to the Federation. We could jump to any major empire. They would be perfectly happy to have the Protostar. We could jump to the Dominion if we wanted to. They'd be thrilled. Oh my god, Dal, have you never heard a rousing speech before? Come on. He shouldn't... Okay. You do have torpedoes now, Dal, to be fair.
Yeah.
Probably still should not go back on the basis that he's going to murder everyone either way. You know, like
Yeah.
like how Spock is talking to the Romans, like, well, since you'll very likely kill them in any event, I choose not to participate.
Yep.
I choose not to cooperate. Since logic dictates that you will execute us. I hate you Vulcans and your logic.
Same, Sela.
Sela was my fave.
Because she called out the Vulcans?
No, because I like bull cuts.
How do you feel about TOS Spock?
Well, I like it on women.
How do you feel about... Oh wait, what's his name? Chekhov.
Oh boy, Chekhov. Uh-oh.
He's got a bowl cut. His head is like 50%
I
bowl cut.
ran out of altitude.
How come on the display, I noticed this a few times, displays just have repeated buttons. There were 3 buttons that said wireframe mode next to each other.
Buttons.
We could also just not go. All right. So yeah, Dal never changed his clothes. He's still wearing old slave clothes.
Old slave clothes.
Not anymore. Now he's impersonating an officer of the law.
Well, no. Yeah, you know what? I just realized we don't really ever see like Starfleet Space Police. The closest thing we have is Measure of a Man. We have the JAG officers, but we don't have any real like, you know, Starfleet Police. You know?
Yeah, we see. Well, no, I was gonna say, okay, we don't see internal affairs because that turned out to be deception by Sloan. We do see the time cops who show up to Cisco's office.
We see the time cops, and we see the time cops in a lot of places. Voyager, a couple times, eh? Temporal core.
We do see Odo if he counts.
We have what's his name? The traitor from Deep Space Nine.
Eddington.
That was Starfleet Security Eddington, yeah.
Yeah, are we counting Starfleet security? Because if we're counting Starfleet security, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
But they're not
I just meant like police,
civilian
you know?
cops.
Police. Yeah, like police. I don't know. We don't really have police in Star Trek.
'Cause every branch of government has
in
been
the
replaced by Starfleet.
So in the what was it, Homefront on Deep Space Nine, where they where the changelings were on Earth, or they thought the changelings were on Earth, and they had Starfleet security everywhere, just like Gestapo,
Yep.
trying to take a
Starfleet
blood
is the
sample from his
security. We see
dad.
with Mudd and TOS that they're the security, and
Yeah, but
the other
that's
people as well.
weird. You know what I mean? That's a weird scenario because how can they be both and everything all at once?
Starfleet are everything in
Good
Star
choice.
Trek.
Yeah,
They're the
it's just
scientific
unusual.
community. They're the local police. They're the military. They're the government. Starfleet are everything.
I thought, wasn't the president of the Federation not even human? He was in Paris though.
Yeah,
What's
he
his
was one of the
name?
cow people.
Red Foreman. Um,
Oh, also that admiral
but
that was doing
what
the
about the
coup from that
president of
episode
Earth?
played the exact
Yeah.
same character in Enterprise. He was the Vulcan doing a coup.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Exact same character, but with ears.
I assume no mustache.
I don't believe he had a mustache, no. I guess we can't just start launching torpedoes yet if we're trying to save people.
Yeah.
Listen, whether they get out or you incinerate them in plasma fire, it doesn't matter. They're still free from slavery. You've still freed them.
Oh, best case for everybody, detonate the warp core. That'll destroy this whole installation and the anti-Starfleet weapon and the last remnants of the people trying to destroy Starfleet. That would solve everything. Is that Acacian? Or is that a different cat species?
It's sort of looks like
We
an
have a couple cats.
occasion, but not quite.
Is it a Kazinti? Oh my god, Dal, you didn't even put in the Starfleet shoes. god, who calls their child progeny? Nobody talks like that.
You do.
I guess evil people. That's who says it. It also would have been more practical for him if he just actually legitimately followed through on his promise.
Yeah.
Dude, you're making it personal. That's never a good plan. Just take the ship, let everyone go like you said, and then you get to accomplish your goal of destroying Starfleet. The only reason you made Gwyn in the first place is because you thought you were going to die and couldn't carry out the mission. Now you don't need her.
Yeah. He does sort of care.
Alternate plan. Open up Zero's casing right now and murder him.
Potential.
Isn't that what they do?
Later.
At the end?
They do, yes. Though, I believe... No, wait, it wasn't an accident. It was a last resort thing.
On purpose.
Yeah.
It was like, behold me in despair. Should have just done that from the get-go.
Is the Rev 12 the asteroid ship?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, we don't need this place. Screw it. Who cares?
This is nice though. We get a moment of liberation. Also, the cat people, Cations. This is very Rura Pente, by the way. You're never getting out. The only thing is though, it's filled with children, so this is like way dark.
Yeah.
It's way darker.
It has to be filled with children because adults don't yearn for the mines. Only the children yearn.
You know, Ryan, I think that merits a mute, but
Her turnaround is
Did
very quick. We don't get many episodes in the first arc, but it gets good later on.
sorry, it does do the edge run.
And so it gets better later on in terms of the relationship and stuff. But the first part here where she turns is very quick.
Mm-hmm.
There, she just turned.
By the way, good writing here, because the comm badge is still effective if you have the little bit of the transceiver chip in there.
Hmm.
I think we use that later, right? The broken comm badge.
Because you did, Jenkum.
Yep.
Jenkum, you fool.
No, we won. We won. We got the freedom of all our fellow slaves, so we won. I like the villain. You know, when I was young, we had Power Rangers, and the villain's name was Zordon. Zed, and he had an outfit very similar to that. But the only thing this villain has is like tubing, like cooling, like what is that? The PC cooling, liquid cooling.
Oh my
And
god.
good Janeway breaks it at one point, and he's like asthmatic after that.
Why is evil Janeway... Okay, so many questions about evil Janeway. Why did he customize her appearance to have a black uniform and to
And
have...
black lipstick.
And to never go outside? How come she lost her tan?
And she's wearing black lipstick, so she became goth. That's how you know she's evil, because she's emo Janeway. Emo goth Janeway. No, but also I remember Mad Men's a great show about the advertising era of the 1950s and 60s, which started American corporate culture.
The Diviner's just guaranteeing that Gwen's gonna turn on him now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
He's just being dumb. Come on, man. You were so
I think-
practical in the first episode.
Very
What
true.
happened, man? You used to be cool.
Very true. And if he had just gone about his way, he would have actually won. But instead, he had to spite people.
You never allow business to turn personal.
No, I think, villains, they love doing that. Like, we shook hands, but I had a knife behind my back. So that's what you get, sucker.
Let me explain to you the art of business. In the art of business is once the contract is signed, you piss on each other without getting the contract wet.
Yeah.
The Diviner
I
needs
mean,
to study the rules of acquisition. A contract is a contract is a contract.
But
So-
only between Ferengi.
I just
Yeah.
learned this guy's going from being governor of West Virginia to being senator of West Virginia. And he owes so much money that people just say, like, the only way, when he signs a contract, the only way you're ever going to get money from him is when you sue for the repayment of that loan. And that's just how he does business.
That sounds so
So you're right.
familiar. I feel like we might have other people in political offices that operate on that method.
It's kind of ridiculous. You don't have to pay anybody to
Look,
listen.
no one ever got rich by paying back their debts.
I have a proposal. I propose we kick literally every elected official out and ban them from running again. And just start over. Every single one.
Yeah,
Of them.
would be good.
What you could do is you could have a term limit of 1, and then that would probably achieve the same thing. That you couldn't have an entrenched class anymore.
It won't solve the Supreme Court though, because they for some reason have a lifetime appointment.
Yep.
Right. You could make them
so that
retire at
they wouldn't
80.
be
Like
influenced by politics.
Yeah,
you
that
can make them
didn't
retire
work.
at 80. 80 is a good. The Catholic Church says if you're a cardinal, you have to retire at 80. You can't vote for a new pope if you're already 80 years old, and you can't be pope if you're past 80. So
You can be Pope past 80.
no, you can't
Just
be
can't
elected
become
pope.
posts.
Yeah.
Can't become Pope past 80.
You're expected
don't-
to
I don't
resign.
mean to
I
get
don't
political
care.
on
I don't
Star
care
Trek.
about popes, to be honest.
No, I'm just saying though, like 80 is a good age to say, like, hey, you've had a good life. Your brain is probably in decline.
I don't know, man. I think it's on a person by person basis. Some people's brains in decline much earlier than that.
No, I agree, but like 16 is the age to drive. Some people are ready at 12, but we have to create some kind of just law.
I was driving to work at 13.
I mean, you didn't even have licenses when my dad grew up in India. You just got on a scooter and went.
Didn't even do a system check before you left.
Yeah, that is true. And but here's the thing, right? A proto-core is not the thing that you would check for, right? It's like, oh, did someone steal the
They
engine
would
from my
check for
car?
if that's the primary reason you want the ship.
No, I know, but who's gonna swallow a giant star? Like, where are you gonna put that thing?
Inside of Murph.
Yeah, but he doesn't know who Murph is. So, like, the last thing someone's gonna
I'm
steal.
just saying, you should always
is
do
a
a systems check
proto-star.
before takeoff.
Okay,
It
I
should be
mean,
standard procedure.
it's like checking if my toes are still on
Oh
me.
my
before
god,
I leave
it
the
is in Murph.
This is so intense, but I like the science of it because that's the thing. However huge stars are, they are just finite. And also they say later, it's a baby star, so they're gonna just let the baby star grow, which is funny because it's about kids turning into adults.
So at least they did have a plan beyond just surrender to the diviner.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, they planned the
I'm
whole
still
thing.
not convinced it's a good plan. They should have just left, but
They planned Gwendala even's going to turn on them.
They're more Starfleet than they know.
But this reminds me of an episode of Candid Camera. They from the '60s. So they took out the engine of a car and they went to a gas station that was at the bottom of a hill, and they like pushed a lady, like a suburban housewife, down the hill, and she pulls into the gas station. Can you check my engine? I'm having problems. And he's like, "How did you drive here if you don't have an engine in your car?" He's trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they did one where they used a forklift to put the car in the garage sideways, like perfectly sideways, so it couldn't be pulled out. And they called like a mechanic or someone to come to the house, and the guy's like, "Could you help my wife? She got her car stuck in the garage. Help her get it out." And he's like, "I don't know how she got it in there." And then he went to he went to get this a phone booth.
Mm-hmm.
To talk to the husband on the phone, and then when he came back, the car was the right way around. She's like, "Oh, I just did what I did to put it in reverse." He's like, "What?
What trickery is this?"
Yeah, you should see it. It's great.
There's also Bean's computer guy. No elaboration. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
We used to have jingles for like music commercials and TV themes. So
Do you want to go to JG Wentworth?
I have a structured settlement, but I need cash now. Call JG Wentworth.
I remember there was a Taco Bell one, which is like after the William Tell thing. The dun, 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 dun.
No, that's something
Okay.
else. I think not Taco Bell. It's it was
No,
it's a beef thing. I think
yeah. Grilled
beef.
steak
It's what's for
tacos.
dinner.
Real.
Anyway, well, they don't have those anymore.
They have a lot of jingles for a lot of things, but for Candid Camera,
grilled
it was
steak tacos.
yeah, it was smile.
Let's see.
You're on Candid Camera. I just kind of
Yeah, that
remember
was Candid Camera.
But anyway, so they're doing Candid Camera on our diviner right now, because he's trying to figure out where
You just
that
got
proto-
pranked.
They pranked him really good. These kids are like, this is why there's a moment in the last couple episodes where Rear Admiral Janeway, Vice Admiral Janeway, she's really impressed with these kids. She's like, I thought they were like damsels in distress, but they're actually using science to solve problems.
Science in my Star Trek?
Okay, I just want to say I love this our ship, the Proto Star, because it really is like if the Sovereign class and Intrepid class had a baby. At one angle it looks totally Intrepid, and at the other angle it looks totally Sovereign.
I found the Candid Camera episode I was talking about, by the way. I'm gonna put it in general, and I don't know, maybe we can watch it at the end of the stream.
Gwen, you should have just stabbed him. Come on.
So who's her mom? Because I know
she's
she's
a mom. She's a clone.
I know she's created, but we never saw her in a petri dish, right?
We saw her in a juice tube.
Okay.
In a little baby body.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, we'll watch it when
we saw that a couple episodes ago. I think you were out for that.
Okay, thanks.
I assume we're going to use the stolen protocore to power the Rev 12.
Yeah. Although I don't understand how you plug in a cord into a protostar, but I'm not going to hurt I'm not going to hurt my brain about that.
You might need to go with one of those bulkier connectors, like the 240 volt connector.
Yeah, you got to convert the European to the American, and then it fits. And by the way, I really love this character. What's his name? Jack,
Derek.
the engineer. So because see, like he didn't go to engineering school. He got his chops just from fixing stuff. And there's something to be said, for somebody who's just a handy tinkerer, or they enjoy just the mechanics, like they enjoy taking stuff apart just to put it back together again. Or I'll give you another example. I mean, from neighboring Pakistan, although I'm sure it happens in India too. I'm told it's very common people steal electricity. You just graft the wire from your neighbor's house onto yours, and boom, you got electricity. And if everybody
Yeah,
knows,
a lot of people die trying to do it.
sure, but look, electricity's not that hard. So if you get, that's how you get cable, that's how you get internet, that's how you get electricity. Everyone's an electrician over there. But I kind of wish we had that society, because electricity is so mysterious to me. I know in chemistry class or physics they taught us about voltage and resistance and amperage, but all that's gone now.
So you want a society where people steal your electricity?
No,
Is that
no,
what?
no, no. Where people understand circuits and diagrams.
Oh, that
And,
sounds like a you problem. Just study circuits. I don't know what to tell you.
everybody should know circuits the way we know algebra.
My guy, people don't know algebra. People barely know addition.
Yeah, people could barely do cross multiplication to find the proportional of a shadow.
So I have a continuity question. So because the diviner doesn't have the protocore, he's still just right here, right? He's still at Tars Lamora effectively. Can't he just come back down and start
Yeah.
phasering people if they don't give it back? He's got a starship.
Yeah, so that is the continuity thing. We are allowing the time to be a little bit different because our heroes have to do all these shenanigans, and then the bad guys come back before we're ready. And that's why it's not a continuity thing.
But he hasn't even left yet. He's still here.
Yeah.
He didn't even go to warp.
Yeah, but he's still relishing his victory, and between then and now is where doing all this. He definitely comes back before we're ready.
Oh, we have a shield now. No, we're fine.
We have gravity, more importantly.
We probably also just killed a bunch of miners, but it's fine. And also, this was a lore question from the first episode, which is about how do they have gravity here? It's just an asteroid. They don't have much gravity at all. It's artificial. That's how.
It's kind of rude to say to somebody who's non-corporeal, okay?
Yep. Okay.
Oh, look,
he's
see-
definitely still here.
He's
Yep.
he's impulsing his way out of here. See, they figured it out.
Well done, you told him where it was.
Oh, rock.
Oh, flesh. Or they just start calling each other what they're made out of.
Back in the day, I don't mean to romanticize the past, okay? But you used to
And you're about
Fix-
to romanticize the past.
you used to be you and your dad would fix the antique car in the garage. And cars are so complex now, and they're all digitalized, and there's computers. So, and also there's no
They
the
also don't kill
transmission,
you.
They do kill you.
the
They-
Ford Pinto.
So
Don't kill
electric
you nearly
cars
as
have
much.
a million ways to
Cat
kill
got some
you.
claws.
No, yeah, we have a National Highway Transportation Safety Board now, so thank God for that. Hey, look, this
They
cat thing
formed a
was so
union.
Yeah, no, this cat was amazing. It was like, we talk now. You're not gonna mess with us. It's like a
Workers of
4-year-old
Tars
kid.
Lamora, unite! You have nothing
Right.
to lose but your chains.
Or it's more like all the children in the mines from the 1800s decided to like they weren't going to be dying of soot in their lungs anymore. Because that's the bleak thing. It was all kids. Oh no. They beamed it out of Murph.
It works.
Oh
It's
no.
a good. I appreciate that they actually thought to use the transporter for something.
Yep.
Yes. Yoink. But what I'm saying is though, so look, like these days, a car, when you turn the steering wheel,
Wait,
it
I've
doesn't
heard this
even.
red alert klaxon before. What is this from?
I have not.
I know this sound. It's not from Halo.
Yeah, I would say it's from one of your.
It's not Star Wars.
Right, it's not.
I know that klaxon. I don't know from where.
It's probably a video game.
Probably a video game.
So there's not a whole lot of cars that are drive by wire, steer by wire.
Right. So back in the day, when you turned the steering wheel, there'd be like a little stick that connected to the two
There
front
still
wheels,
is.
and that would physically turn your two wheels.
Yep, that's
Now
correct.
it's electronic, like the
No,
computer
not
in your
no,
Actually,
steering
solid.
wheel
no. Only
next to
on
the
a
transmission.
handful of cars.
So-
Cybertruck is one of them. There's no mechanical connection between the steering wheel and the steering rack, but rest assured that most cars still have mechanical steering rack.
Okay, that's cool.
Janeway, finish him off. Don't let him walk toward Gwen. Janeway,
Yeah, you need to break all of his little plastic
keep
tubes.
punching.
That CPU cooling is going to be burning up his.
Janeway, he is way too close. I can help you save Padme. Gwen, I told you it would come to this. The Federation is taking over.
Yeah, so that is the thing. He's like the Krenim in or basically the Borg even going back in time to destroy Earth. And even Picard does the whole thing where the fleet attacks itself. Except it's young people versus old people.
Yeah, it's done quite a lot in Star Trek recently.
No, what I'm saying is though, it's amazing if you're a child, you know, you're 6 years old, you've never seen all the episodes like we have, and you're not making those connections. You're just using the best plot points. And I think it's an amazing show. I can't say enough about it. I think the ship designs are amazing, very original. I like how the Protostar has like a kick to it when it goes to proto warp.
You should definitely fire on your own ship and beam over.
Yep.
No, and so what I really like about this though, remember he's coming off the Kobayashi Maru simulation. So he's trying not to repeat this. Because remember his
Yes,
foot accidentally went
destroy
up and he destroyed his own ship just by putting up his foot.
Looks like shields are doing pretty well.
Oh.
Is this what it looks like in season 2?
Somewhat.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It's exactly what it looks like in season 2. Minus all the industry that's created later.
Okay, so they're in advanced civilization, but they haven't discovered radio waves from the rest of the galaxy. Okay. Because they think they're alone in the universe. They probably think everything's flat too.
They're one of those lame species that's like, oh, we are the center of the galaxy. We're the most important species.
Well, obviously all the stars revolve around us in a circle over us, so
They're like the
why
Malkorians.
would it be that way if
They're like
we
the
weren't?
filthy humans.
This is
So-
why we need Blurred at second contact.
Right. He only tells her half the story here, and she's like, okay.
Oh my god, dude. Even in your own retelling, Starfleet didn't do anything.
No, right.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it,
is
though,
this
first
really your first resort is to genocide an entire empire? Maybe we could start with like an educational program on Solum to sort of get them used to the idea
Yeah.
yeah, or
that
the
there are other
Federation.
species.
Yeah.
Or potentially he didn't. It's not actually armed, the weapon at the moment, so it wouldn't do anything if it went to Starfleet. Interesting.
No, but when you think about it, though, first contract is that traumatic, though, right? Like a society might tear itself apart,
Yeah.
including ourselves, right? Like some of us might be like launch all our nukes at once, and then the other one of us would be like, let's talk to
I'm
him.
pretty sure a lot of people would just kill themselves.
Yeah, but anyway,
You
So,
act all
and
friendly
a lot
until they
of
land, then you pull out the shotgun.
a lot of people's religion hinges on us being,
Imago
like
Dei.
the only species.
God-
So
God created us in His image, Robo.
well, when they see other life forms, then it's gonna be
Oh, wow.
like,
And they're just as
Uh-oh.
smart as we are. So explain
well,
that.
if they got here, they were smarter, way smarter,
Way smarter.
way smarter.
Right? We're like the species that gives Picard the flute. We've basically just started to launch small missiles.
Resican. Or the
We
flute
can
was
barely
Resican.
do anything.
Yeah, like we can launch a probe at the sun, and we're like, yeah, we're hot shit.
Time for Doc is over.
Dal, don't tell him to step away. Just shoot him. Come on.
Step back from my girlfriend.
You see what happens when you...
Wait, he can make more of that thing? I thought that was like the family heirloom. That there was only
Yeah,
one.
it's just
He's
one
covered
object,
in
but
it.
it can morph.
Okay, no. Okay, no. Okay, it's
Yeah.
the same thing. Yeah, I thought he shot it from like his body or something. But thanks.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
It was wrapped
know.
around his arm.
Gotcha. But technically, that belongs to Gwendolyn now.
Oh, I think now we're gonna murder him.
Yes.
Well, in like 2 minutes, but you know.
No, we're gonna brainwipe him with like a transform.
Like we did to Kern.
Yeah, more like the Morn character at the beginning, though. I love this, by the way.
Yeah.
Because in Hinduism we have the Bhagavad Gita, and the climatic moment of that holy book is when the god Krishna unveils his true form to his disciple, the archer Arjun,
Keep your eyes closed, Marion. Don't look. Keep your eyes closed. Don't
Yeah.
look.
and it blows his mind to see the god in his true form. And even Gwendolyn here, a glimpse of it drives her like a little bit mad.
I
But,
think the show made a bit of a mistake here of actually putting Zero on screen like this.
Yeah.
Because now we can look at it as like, well, I'm not going mad.
Yeah.
True, true.
She looked at the
The glint.
reflection.
The
At the
glint
reflection,
of his
yes.
comm badge. Yes. That's enough to drive you cuckoo.
Cuckoo in the coconut.
Cuckoo for Cocoa
She's
Puffs.
not totally brain wiped though. She's just in a little bit of a coma for now.
Even this
Yeah.
guy recovers when he meets his like other daughter.
His other daughter.
You know, Dalla probably would have been the more merciful thing to just shoot him.
Yeah, probably. Or lobotomize him when you had the chance. What's the point of temporary lobotomy via spiritual revelation? Oh, I mean, also in the Hebrew Bible, God reveals himself to the children of Israel at Mount Sinai. They actually see, like, the dude.
Are they driven
all-
mad?
Dude.
They die instantly, and God resurrects them.
Because
Because
the
you
cat person, the little cat
Ye-
person.
the kitten.
Okay,
She's like 4 years.
because I was gonna say that's pretty lame if you can look upon the visage of your god and survive, but no,
No,
actually kills him.
yeah. Very much like Raiders of the Lost Ark, by the way. Except your face doesn't melt off. But
In the Bible, they say when you see a angel, you go crazy.
yeah, I mean,
No,
this
all you
guy's
have
like
to do is say "Be not afraid," and you're all good.
this guy's drawing equations in the sand.
He's
for
a
the rest
little
of his
gold
life.
ducat for now. Apparently, that's not true though. Apparently, Starfleet Medical can just bring you back.
Yeah.
See, she was out for like 2 minutes. She's good.
No. She's gonna be mute for like another episode.
She's
she's gonna
basically
be-
back.
Traumatized. No. She's not functioning.
It starts the story before she recovers, really, because she can't say what's actually going on for a bit and things like that.
Can she
Yeah.
write it?
She's emotionally also like, see,
Can Zero read her mind?
she's still wearing white because like her brain is still wiped. So I really do love that both this Janeway and Vice Admiral Janeway calls them a crew out of respect.
Yep.
Because obviously we think of them as kids. But they really do have the respect of a.
See, she's not mute.
I mean,
She's traumatized heavily at the
just
moment.
Google child soldiers. I'm sure you'll see. It's
Three
not a
cheers.
first time.
3 cheers for the finest crew in Starfleet.
Which one
Come
is
cheer
that?
up, my lads.
Come cheer up, my lads. For to glory we sail.
To find something new in this wonderful year.
Oh my god, actual Starfleet.
Well, she's fake.
Look, now it's actual Starfleet.
Yeah.
Yes, it's actual Starfleet.
And of course, the person on the right there, not who she says he is.
Is she voiced
Okay.
by the same character as in season 2? By the same actor?
I believe so.
Okay.
The comm badge is from All Good Things, which is I can die happy now.
I want to listen to her voice again real quick. That's the last episode, by the way.
Yep.
No, that's a different voice actor. Because in season 2, it's the person who plays Tahani in The Good Place.
She's a Trill, but is she joined?
Well, no. There's details.
I didn't know she was trilled. Have a great weekend, chat. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, chat.
Yeah, everyone go away and go do some consuming to distract from the deteriorating world.
We're gonna finish season 1 next week, so
Nope,
yay for
we're
that.
not.
No, we've got 2 weeks.
Oh, okay, sorry. Thanks.
There's 20 episodes a season, not 15.
What is next week, though? Let's see. Prodigy, season 1. Asylum, which is... Oh, they meet that
Starfleet Station,
comm
yeah.
officer guy. Then we go hang out with the Borg. Then we get those TOS cosplayers.
Yep.
And then we finally meet Captain or Admiral Janeway for realsies.
When's the episode where he finds out he's not an alien species? He's just a
That's
genetic
the first
experiment gone wrong?
episode next week, I think.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. They don't really doesn't know what he is.
Actually, hang on. Let me bring it up in Discord for a second. It's this scene right here from episode 15. I was just scrolling through to see what happens. So that'll be the last one. We figure out Dow's backstory.
Yeah.
Last one next week. Okay, should be good. Okay, go away. Now go away.
Cool.
Have a good one.